This is FYI on your TV, brought to you by Hometown News. I'm Kathy Botham. I have got Amy Tibben with me. You're the outreach coordinator for the Beth Donovan Hospice. Welcome back.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I always enjoy our chats.
You've got so much going on for the summertime too. You always have stuff going on, but you're getting busy moving into the summer months right now too.
Yeah, we don't slow down in the summer. So all of our usual programs and services are running throughout the summer. And we also continue to fundraise and host special events and educational events. Yeah, we just keep moving.
Awesome. So can we just do a little follow-up? How did acapella go?
Oh yeah, so wonderful. Such a beautiful evening of music in support of hospice. And we truly appreciate the good people who came to us and said, listen, we have these talents and we want to share them with our community and in support of hospice. And it was a great event and well attended. And yeah, we were just so thrilled.
Excellent. You've got a speaker series that's just about to wrap up?
Speaker series did wrap up.
It did.
Actually, our final session was the same night as the a cappella group. So we actually had sort of two audiences happening that night. That was really well attended. Although that's one of our mandates too, is to be out in the community talking about what can you do when you get that life-limiting diagnosis, who's there to support you, what resources do you need to access, what are the next steps.
Okay, and that's wrapped up now.
That's all wrapped up now, but we stay tuned because we do a lot of those sorts of offerings.
Yes, you do. And different resources too. People can Zoom in. Actually, you can be in person with somebody at the hospice, but you've got all sorts of different resources to help people. But you've got caregiver workshops going on?
Yeah, so our caregiver support group continues to meet monthly, and we sometimes we just gather together and it's a bit of a peer support group, an opportunity for caregivers to talk to each other. It's not the same situation, but they're going through similar situations. And they also meet with our our manager of clinical services, our nurse on staff. And so she's there to help them with any questions they might have about navigating the system or symptom management, pain management, nutrition, these kinds of things. So it's a really lovely group. We also, with this group, do some educational and self-care workshops. And so, for example, in the past, they've spent a day at Baxter Beach and just had a picnic lunch. So something sort of casual. They've gone out to Spencerville or to Merrickville for ice cream. We've also had, someone come in and talk to them a little bit about burnout, what burnout looks like so that they can recognize it in themselves and others, and then what steps to take to help prevent or to reduce that strain. And so some of the upcoming retreats we have for this summer include a ceramics workshop here in Kemptville at Sandra's Ceramics, and that one is happening on July 23rd. So Sandra has set up this beautiful workshop for us, and we're just thrilled to be able to offer this moment of creativity and self-care for our caregivers. And then we also have a caregiver retreat happening in August, on August 20th, and that one is happening at Asanda Yoga and Massage. And she's created a lovely day that includes some gentle yoga as well as an opportunity to just be in community with the other caregivers and enjoy a high tea lunch experience. And then I think that's followed up by some painting. They're going to do some painting with alcohol paint. So there's really a little something for everyone, an opportunity to be creative and to engage in self-care. And of course, our nurses always at the events. So should people feel like they need to have a quick chat with her or set up a time to have a more in-depth chat, they will have that time to do that. So anyone who's interested in our caregiver group should give us a call at 613-258-9611. And we can facilitate them joining the group, or even if they just want to have a quick chat with their nurse, we can make that happen too.
It's such an important element to taking care of somebody that's going through hospice care, is taking care of the caregiver, because
absolutely, yeah. Most caregivers will say that it's it's a really wonderful experience. You know, it's meaningful work. They take great pride and they love to do it. But 2/3 of caregivers admit that they also didn't have much choice. And so that, you know, the caregiving experience happens quickly. And when they first become caregivers, they're unsure of what is expected of them in this role, and they're not sure where to find the supports and resources. So that's why hospice is so keen to help be that support, to help them navigate the system, to find the resources that they need.
And there's so much support out there for people to stay at home as well too. So, you know, being the caregiver in the home, and you see medical people coming in, PSWs, all this sort of stuff. But the support is there, but it's a different element of, I didn't know this was caregiving.
That's right. And knowing that the support is there, like, you know, and how to access it and how to ask for help is so important. And yes, when they're caregiving at home, but even, you know, folks who are caregiving for loved ones who are in long-term care, you know, that's still caregiving. If you're going in and you're providing emotional, spiritual support, even some practical care in the long-term care home, you know, there are social strains with that, emotional strains with that, and you can seek out support for those issues.
Absolutely, and yeah, that's a different type of care as well too. You can go into a long-term care setting, and you're not at home, so it could be a little bit harder for you. So it's so nice, you know, when you get caregivers together, because maybe their situations aren't the same, but they actually are going through the same thing.
Yeah,
that's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
And to know you're not alone.
Yeah, absolutely. Now you've got a community day coming up as well.
Yeah, so this one isn't until September, but we're so excited about it. And so I wanted to just let everyone know that on September 14th, we are launching our Community Day and Resource Fair. So we did last year the Seniors Expo here in Kemptville, and we featured resources and services and supports that focused on the 55 plus crowd. And it was well attended. Our exhibitors loved it. People who came really enjoyed it. And we did this as a fundraiser for hospice. So it was free to the public, but the different businesses and organizations paid to have an exhibit space, and then those funds help support our free programs and services here at hospice. What we realized in doing that is, you know, many of these services support a broader age range than just the 55 plus. And so why would we limit our audience? So we've opened it up. We're talking about all of the amazing resources and services and programs that exist in our community. And we are inviting exhibitors and sponsors to come and participate in the day. And we're hoping to have, you know, something for families, something for the 55 plus crowd, something for, you know, new community members, so they understand what services already exist in this community, and to just really enhance that real sense of community. And it really goes along, you know, we're in talks with a group of compassionate and caring community members in the Kemptville area about starting a compassionate community here. And so we're going to hopefully launch our compassionate community organization that day on September 14th, and we'll have a community forum where people can come together, a roundtable discussion, and talk about, you know, how do we nurture our already compassionate community? We are already compassionate, but how do we nurture that and grow that and keep it moving forward in the best way for the people who live in this area? So that's all happening on September 14th, and I want everyone to stay tuned.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, that's going to be an amazing event, that one right there. Now,
you're building.
And if
there are
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
If there are any organizations or businesses that would like to have an exhibit booth or sponsor our event, they can reach out to me, amy.tibben at bethdonovanhospice.ca.
Excellent, excellent. Now, you've got a beautiful building on French Settlement Road. You're going to be sharing it with people?
Yeah, in an effort to kind of help raise funds to keep our programs going, we've got this beautiful building, and we're here from 8:30 until 4, Monday through Friday. But then in the evenings and on weekends, the space is available unless we're hosting a fundraising event. And it's just such a beautiful space. We're just east of Kemptville on French Settlement Road. We have a labyrinth down in the wooded area. We have a healing garden, a bonfire, a gazebo. We have a large lounge area with lots of seating, comfortable seating, a large dining area, a full kitchen. And we just thought, let's rent this out. And we have been doing it. People who are linked to us have been asking, can we use the hospice in exchange for a donation? And so we've been doing that sort of quietly on the side, but now we want to open it up. So we're inviting people who want to have maybe, a memorial or a celebration of life or a meeting or, a shower, a small event,
yes.
To come and talk to us about using our space. So there's a variety of rooms available. The kitchen is fully accessible. There's even options for catering as well, because we have some really great volunteers who do amazing things with food. And then this would all be in exchange for a donation. And we're sort of doing a suggested minimum donation of $100 or 3 hours for $100, which is really reasonable.
Quite reasonable, yes.
Yeah,
especially a full
so
kitchen
we're really hoping
too.
that people think of us. Yeah.
Yeah, you do. You have a full kitchen there too, and your space is a beautiful space inside and out.
It really is.
It is.
And it feels like a home. It's not a hospital environment. It is a home, and we don't have beds here. So this is, people don't need to feel weird about that. This is a lovely, welcoming, warm space. So if people are interested, they can give us a call at 613-258-9611.
Excellent, excellent. Is there anything else you'd like to add in your busy summer here, Amy, before we wrap up?
I know, there's just so much happening. Our complementary therapy programs continue to happen. So we offer meditation. So if anybody, whether you're a caregiver or maybe you're grieving or you're just interested in meditation, get in touch with us. We have a meditation program. We also offer grief support group, and we have another one starting in August. And so anybody in our catchment area who is actively grieving and looking for some additional supports can get in touch with our counselor here. And we also have an art and yoga program happening in Spencerville on July 28th. So again, for caregivers or perhaps someone who is grieving, they may want to access those supports. So just continue to follow our Facebook page and our website. We are up and running all summer long.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I thank you very much for joining us here today. Amy Tibben, the Outreach Coordinator at the Beth Donovan Hospice. Once again, you've got a great Facebook page and a website too, so you can reach out and get more information there as well. Thanks for joining us. Have a great summer.